A man. One of the biggest, toughest, ugliest characters I'd ever clapped eyes on. Though, in a way, he looked sort of nice ugly, if you know what I mean. Not the mean type. He stood up when he realized I was awake, and as soon as he spoke, I knew I was right about it.
What's it, chum? Have a good sleep?
You ought to know.
Been slumbering like an innocent babe, you have. Here, how'd you feel?
Well, like something the cat dragged in. There wouldn't be any coffee on that stove, would there?
No. But I can fix you up with a nice cup of tea. The kettle will be boiling in a minute.
Oh, that's fine. Say, what's your name?
Charlie.
Mine's Harry.
Pleased to meet you, Harry, I'm sure.
Charlie, old man, where are we?
That'd be telling.
How'd I get here?
Sorry, chum. I ain't allowed to give no information. Strict instructions.
Understand. How's that tea coming along?
Won't be half a tick now.
I slept again afterwards. It was going on for midday when I woke. Charlie had some food ready. After we'd eaten, he suggested a game of cribbage to pass the time. I disapprove of gambling, except maybe poker for real stakes with a few aces up my sleeve. But my only hope was to cultivate Charlie. And thank goodness he was no hothouse flower, so we settled down to play. After about an hour, I judged the time for action was right.
15-2, 15-4, a pair 6, and one for his knob 7. Puts me out. That's a sprat you owe me.
A sprat?
Yeah, a tanner. 6pence.
Oh, well, here you are.
So, your deal.
Oh, sure. Look what I've done. Spilled them all over the floor.
That's all right, chum. I'll pick them up.
Thank you, Charlie.
Oh!
Thank you. One more for luck. Sorry, Charlie, old man. You're a nice guy. I tore up a sheet and bound and gagged Charlie. He had some keys in a pocket. I let myself out. My guess had been right. I was somewhere in the East End. I walked till I found a main road and then called a cab.
Where to, Governor?
Hotel Splendide. I'll double your fare if you get me there in 15 minutes.
Right, hang on.
There was only one way to tackle this job, the bold approach. At the Splendide, I went straight over to the desk and asked for Senor Alvarez.
Sorry, sir, he's not in at present.
Well, how about his secretary?
Well, he's not in either, sir.
They haven't checked out, have they? They're still staying here.
They leave by plane for New York this evening, I understand, sir. Is there any message?
No, thanks. That's okay. So they hadn't made the snatch yet. I had no idea where the safe deposit was, so all I could do was wait. Found a spot where I could keep out of sight and watch the elevators at the same time. An hour passed. An hour and a half. And then, there they were. As their elevators started to rise, I took the stairs 3 at a time. I reached the 3rd floor just as the door of their suite was closing behind them. I wanted that bohemian star. Nothing greedy, you understand, but now or never. Gun in hand, I pressed the bell.
You?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I wouldn't reach for a gun if I were you, nor you, Oritza. Unless you've a wish to commit suicide, just keep your hands up. Well up. That's much more sensible.
How did you get here?
I got here by cab, if it's of any particular
Senor,
interest. Oh, Charlie. Don't worry about him. He'll get over it. Come on, let's go into the sitting room, have a nice, cozy talk. After you, senor. And you. It's more like it. All right, chums. The Rock.
The Rock?
The diamond, the bohemian star.
But you're mistaken, senor.
Oh.
We have not got it, have we, Manuel?
Oh, no, there must be some misunderstanding.
The only misunderstanding there's been so far was in you fellows mistaking me for a sucker. Step over here towards me, Oritza.
What, me, senor?
Come on, do as you're told. Now turn your back. Keep those hands well up. Nice, efficient little piece of ironmongery you've got. I'll have that, if you don't mind. Look, but no diamond. Okay, you're next, Alvarez.
But I assure you,
Turn around.
senor, I give you my word of honor.
And what's this? Your word of honor? Quite a hunk of stone, isn't it? You won't mind if I take charge of this, I'm sure.
Senor, let us talk.
What more is there to say?
We made a mistake, Manuel and I. We admit it.
Considering I have the stone and this gun, that seems rather obvious, don't you think?
What I mean is that we made a mistake when we met last night, not inviting you to join us in this enterprise.
Oh, what gives you the idea that I might have joined you in this?
Harry Lime, are you not? Correct me if I'm wrong, but surely our object in this case has been the same, to obtain the Bohemian Star.
Our object, maybe, but not our purpose.
You speak in riddles, senor.
Oh, no, not at all, old man. You stole this jewel for your own enrichment. I've taken it from you now to return it to its rightful owner.
Its rightful owner.
You will pardon us if we smile, senor.
You don't believe me? Okay, sit down, gentlemen. I have a little telephoning to do. Hello? Operator, get me Whitehall, 1212.
That's Scotland Yard.
Sure, it's
you do not
Scotland
mean
Yard.
that you are going to
Please,
telephone.
senor, put down that telephone before it is too late, eh? Let us make a bow.
Hello? Is that Scotland Yard?
It's all right, Mr. Lime. You needn't bother with that call.
Now, what's the idea? Who are you guys?
I'm Detective Inspector Marsh, and this is my assistant, Sergeant Andrews.
Well, not so fast. How do I know you two are on the level?
Oh, here's my warrant card.
Glad to know you, Inspector. Well, this all seems in order. Sorry I sounded suspicious, but, you might have been a couple of crooks, too.
Of course, the point hadn't occurred to me.
This is an outrage.
You have made a great mistake, senor.
Well, we'll thrash that out at the yard later. Take him away, Sergeant. Yes, sir. Now, come on, you two.
Well, I'm certainly glad you turned up when you did. I can't figure out is how you got in so quietly. My ears don't miss much, and I'll swear I never heard that front door open.
Well, of course you didn't. We've been here all the time.
Here, in this actual room?
Yes, behind those curtains.
Well, I'll be darned.
And what's more, we've a friend of yours. You can come out now, Mr. Freeman.
Hello there.
Why, Terry, I don't get all this.
Oh, it's all quite simply explained. When you didn't turn up this morning, I got a bit worried, so I phoned AAP, and they told me Paul Atkinson was in Malaya. Then I went round to the yard and gave the whole story to Inspector Marsh here.
And you figure there must be some dirty worker, huh, Inspector?
Well, it did seem that something odd was going on. And doubly odd when I rang the Argentine embassy, and they denied all knowledge of Alvarez and Noritza. So the management let us in here while they were away. We were just about to announce ourselves and find out what was what when the doorbell rang and you came in.
So you figured you'd wait a while and see what happened, is that it?
Exactly.
I say,
What is it?
just as well I'm not a crook, isn't it? I mean, if I tried to get away with the Bohemian Star instead of phoning the yard, I'd have found myself in a lovely jam, wouldn't I?
Well, I shan't pretend we didn't suspect you for a while, Mr. Lime. But we know now that you're an honest man.
That's all right.
It's not everyone who'd risk his life the way you've done.
Oh, that's okay. Here, I guess you better take this stone, Inspector. I'll be glad to see the last of it.
Oh, thanks. Of course, you realize there'll be a reward.
Oh, no, please.
But my
Think of
dear
that.
fellow, it's no more than you're entitled to. Don't you agree, Mr. Freeman?
Oh, certainly.
I'll see the matter's taken up with the Bokanovian authorities, and you'll hear from them in due course.
Well, if you insist, though. After all, I was only doing my duty. And Terry, I really did intend writing that story for you. I'm sorry I slipped up on it.
It's
Hope you
okay.
didn't get into too much trouble with your news editor.
Well, there was a bit of a row, but that's all right.
Oh, it will be, old man, it will be. Just wait till he sees the story you've got for him now.
Harry Lime returns in just a moment. And now, Harry Lime.
Right here, maybe I'd better hand in a little explanation. You're wondering what particular stroke of luck or lunacy led your old friend Harry to settle for just the reward, not to try for the diamond itself, at least while the going was good. Well, first of all, it was a very tidy little reward, and secondly, when I first came into that room, I just happened to notice the tip of what was unmistakably the shoe of a policeman sticking out under the curtains. Now, you may think that knowing I wasn't alone with a couple of crooks, that the realization that Scotland Yard was tuned in on our conversation had something to do with my decision to, shall we say, play it straight. That's what you may think. In fact, you'd be silly not to.